Welcome. My name is Blake Drolson, and I'd like to welcome you tonight to tonight's event. We are happy to GMO-free Kauai, Hawaii Seed and Seeds of Truth are happy to host tonight's event, bringing you another night of fabulous scientists and information regarding GMOs and pesticides in our community. So we're very excited tonight to have Dr. Lauren Pang, Dr. Judy Carman, and Dr. Stephanie Seneff here to share their wisdom. We are going to start tonight's event with a pule, and so I'm going to ask Journey to come out and give us a pule.
Aloha. Let us take a few moments to say a short prayer together. Wankin tanka tunkashila unchi. We pray to you, Akua, we pray to you. Tonight we come to learn more, to protect the love and create a healthier world. We pray that our knowledge shared here tonight is a beacon of light and truth that goes out into the world, to help wake up humanity and to teach our leaders to take action. We pray that future generations will have a healthy world to live upon, that our planet and our beautiful island is sustainable, and our reefs and waterways are pure and thriving. We pray for all the change makers, the ones out here speaking up, telling the truth, doing their part to wake people up. Mahalo to Dr. Stephanie Seneff and Dr. Judy Carman for coming here to share their wisdom. Please bless and watch over them in their travels. We pray that planet Earth and Kauai will be green, sustainable, and healthy for the next 7 generations and many more to come. Finally, we ask to give us strength and wisdom as we stand for Mother Earth, and that we gather and to thank you for the Aina, the land, air, water, and fire that has been gifted to us all. And we pray that we are guided in how to best protect, heal, and care for this beautiful gift of life called Mother Earth. Matakwe asen, mahalo keakua, and so it is.
Journey is a young man that lives here and goes to school at Kaने Kapono, but he also just completed a journey of a sort to Washington, D.C. And before we hear from the scientists, we're going to hear from him for 10 minutes to describe his journey and what he discovered on it.
Aloha. My name is Journey Mani Waji Zephyr. I'm 15 years old and attend Kanui Kapono Public Charter School in Anahola. I would like to start out tonight by saying thank you, mahalo. I just returned from a trip to Washington, D.C., and that trip would not have been possible without the support of many of you here tonight. I want to express my deep and heartfelt gratitude to you all. I also want to thank my dad for blessing me in ceremony and handing down some of the regalia and eagle feathers. My dad is a chief, and he sundanced for many years with this eagle feather fan. It has a lot of prayers in it, and I am honored and humbled to carry it. I also want to thank Auntie Lily for hosting an EP for my trip, Auntie Kelly for being firekeeper, Davian for helping with fire, and Rob Ike for covering my hotel when Yankton Sioux Tribal Council did not come through at the last minute. I also want to thank my mom, who sacrifices a lot to make sure I can follow my dreams and my calling. And so I would like to say mahalo to all of you for supporting me and to share a little bit about my journey to Washington, D.C. I was invited by President Obama to come to Washington, D.C. for the first ever White House Tribal Youth Gathering. This gathering gave Native youth leaders the opportunity to speak directly with White House officials on issues that matter to us. It was a great honor to represent not only my tribe, the Yankton Sioux tribe, but also my Ohana and Kauai and the other islands, my Hawaiian family. I am blessed with two cultures, the strength of the warrior, spirit of the ancestors, the Lakota and Dakota people, and the aloha of the Hawaiian culture. I walk with these two cultures, a culture of love with eagle feathers in my hair and flowers on my shoulder. I have been named as a Gen I Native Youth Ambassador as part of President Obama's Generation Indigenous Initiative, which will help me have a voice on the national level. And one of the projects that I'm going to be working on this year is the Kauai Native Youth Council, bringing together a council of youth that'll help keep tabs on the Kauai County Council and legislature to help make sure our voices are heard in the lawmaking process. I don't think laws should be passed that affect my generation's future survival without our input. The Kauai Youth Council will be a platform to make our voices heard, and that I am supported in that effort by the Unity Inc. Okay. I was also brought into the RISE Global Youth Council, 18 youth leaders from around the world working to solve environmental and human rights issues. And this year I will also continue building Earth Guardian's Kauai Youth Crew to fight for environmental justice. We are working on a leadership training for this winter to bring Earth Guardian youth from all of the Hawaiian Islands to Kauai for an intensive workshop in environmental and community leadership. Auntie Nomi Carmona of Babes Against Biotech has agreed to help me co-facilitate this youthful leadership training with the RISE Global Youth Council to help empower Hawaii's environmental leaders of tomorrow. Right now, I'm trying to secure a retreat location for this training so we can make sure that youth like me are trained in how to organize at a grassroots level, make their voices heard, and create a positive change for their communities. I'm excited about bringing this to Kauai. Before I share some of the things I experienced at the White House Tribal Youth Gathering, I want to say that the most inspiring thing about the gathering was that there's so many young youth like me that care about what is happening to our planet and that want to make a difference. All of the kids there were very passionate about the issues that came to represent. There was a strong sense of unity, and we were all in this together, that our generation will truly be the one that rises up to create powerful change on our planet. I believe we are the ones we have been waiting for. There is a native prophecy that the seventh generation will rise up to create a new world, and we are that generation. It made me feel inspired to be part of so many other activist youth, and I want all of you to know that we got this. Our generation is not going to give up until we see climate change reversed, a world of sustainable agriculture and green energy, a place where we can all thrive in harmony with Mother Earth. The EPA director recently said that if we take action now on climate change and keep global temperatures from rising more than 2 degrees, we can save 35% of the Hawaiian reefs in the next 85 years. But if we take no action, we will see that all of these reefs are lost, all of them. That should make all of us tonight want to take action. The issue of pesticides polluting our reefs is even more critical when we realize how short the time is to reverse the coral death. With our reefs in such danger, we should not be allowing the world's biggest chemical companies to spray tons of pesticides that run into the waterways and reefs. What will we do in 85 years if the reefs are gone? What will the Hawaiian people do when there are no more reefer fish? Thousands of years of culture destroyed in a few decades, and for what? So the biggest chemical companies can make more profits on chemicals that they have poured into our reefs. At the White House Tribal Youth Gathering, the environment was one concern that the youth were shared. All of us, frankly, are scared. We are scared because adults in power are making decisions and laws that impact our future and are destroying our planet. And we seem to have little power in the process, but we are trying to change that. Young people like me are speaking up, making our voices heard all over the planet. We are trying to make sure we have a voice in our future, because laws that are passed today will impact my generation more than it will impact the adults making those decisions. We are inheriting a planet in crisis. In Washington, D.C., I was honored to meet First Lady Michelle Obama, and I was able to attend panels on energy, environment, and health with the EPA, Department of Energy, and Department of Health. I also attended a workshop on native sovereignty, which helped me understand what true sovereignty is. I also had a talk with Megan Smith, White House Technology Officer, and shared with her my concerns about TMT being built on top Mauna Kea, and she was very interested and unaware that TMT was being built on top of a protected sacred site, and shocked to hear that our governor was not advocating for the Hawaiian people on this issue. She promised to investigate further, and that I am glad I was able to bring Mauna Kea to the attention of the White House. I was able to talk about pesticides and how pesticide exposure in native communities, especially here in Kauai, is a big concern for me. I think I was the only young person there who was talking about GMOs and pesticides. And people were surprised that I thought that was a native issue. And I explained that these huge chemical corporations have a history of moving into poor native communities that need jobs. And they use these jobs as blackmail, basically. So people are afraid to complain about pesticides and illness because they need jobs. I tried to set up a meeting with Tom Vilsack, Secretary of Agriculture at the USDA, but he did not see me. I wonder why. I went to the USDA in person. I still could not get in, but I did visit the USDA farmers market outside the building, and I was disappointed when I asked a couple of the vendors if their produce was GMO. I asked them, and they said they did not know. I also attended a congressional welcome reception sponsored by the Native American Congress and Nike. I was able to talk more about the issues that concern youth with lawmakers, and was able to network with other youth leaders. My takeaway from the White House Youth Gathering is that even though we are facing huge environmental crisis right now on Mother Earth, the kids of my generation are getting organized, educated, connected, and ready to take major action. Right now, we have kids like me on the front line of World War III. We are fighting the world's biggest corporations, the world's biggest oil and chemical companies, and the corrupt leaders who support them in destroying our future survival. But it's important to remember that this war is not fought against the corporations. It's also not even a war to save the earth. We are not fighting against anything. This is a war inside our own selves. This is a battle to wake up the hearts and the consciousness of humanity. Children are on the front lines because we are the ones who have the love, innocence, and the truth that can wake up the hearts and minds of humankind. When you are awake, when your heart is connected to other humans and to all of creation, it becomes impossible for you to harm the earth, because love shows that when you destroy the Aina, you destroy your own future. So if we want to save the earth, first we have to save ourselves and rebuild a conscious awareness of the web of life that connects us all, because some people have forgotten this, and this is why they are destroying our environment. So while some might see this as a war, as a battle to save the earth, or against corporate greed, I see this as an awakening, a shift inside the hearts and minds of humanity, and we are winning one heart at a time with the power of love. What I ask of you all is that each of you do your part to make my generation and my children can survive and thrive on planet Earth and on Kauai, because I promise you, my generation is not giving up. But we need all of you to have our backs together. We can do this. Mahalo.